I actually don't really know what to pick for equipment.
Just look at the back of the sheet and copy a good half of it.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I was planning on doing.
So, say to resume, I can get add reflex boosters for ChrisCold.
So I pass up to him first and has somebody copy out this stuff.
Well, he doesn't know what half of that stuff does.
Yeah.
This is true.
This is my second game ever.
Ones that are notably worth it. Armor.
Yeah, I was listening to the last video and I was just getting more and more confused as the video went on. And it wasn't until again about halfway through and I was like, oh, there's a new player. Felt really bad.
Yeah, for armor, write down body armor heavy.
Okay, and gear?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in brackets just write all the augments minus offensive armor.
I'm just gonna do this too.
Also, since it looks like some of you might need extra D10s, do ask.
Yeah, I'll need
Then add second skin
add second skin.
and smart skin.
That's gear still?
Yep.
And reflexes.
I'll be rattling off gear for a good while. Full face helmet.
Full.
Oh, I'm just picturing it on the neo-avian now. Like, that's
Does it look like a plague doctor with the big spike on the front?
Alright, enhanced reflexes gives plus 10 to reflex and speed. Right?
I don't know what enhanced reflexes is.
Well, whatever it was called.
Reflex boosters?
Reflex boosters.
Yeah, it's plus 1 speed and plus 10 reflexes. Other things that are worth taking, your character is probably not particularly spec to use as riot shield.
This thing's an Olympian.
Write X-ray emitter under gear.
Okay.
That's the thing you want.
Emitter. Yep.
Write at least one ecto on there.
What's an ecto?
It's like a PDA. It's a
Essentially this
feature. It's
Okay.
a computer that's not wired into your brain,
Okay.
which is one of its primary benefits.
So just ecto?
Yep. ECTO. Also, nanodetector.
times 10.
Mine does say times 10. Oh no, mine was only times 5. I do have 5 ectos though. Guardian Nanoswarm. In brackets, just write several.
Redundancies.
Yes. Well, each of them attacks an attacking swarm at the same time, and they do a lot less damage against like Titan swarms. I have 5 of them personally.
Okay, I'll just put X5.
You will want probably smart standard vac suit.
Okay, a smart.
Yeah, smart means it can assemble itself if it detects that you're being thrown into vacuum or somewhere hostile. It's like a little ball about that big that just sits on your hip.
Okay.
When it detects that you're entering vacuum, it deploys itself over you and becomes a spacesuit.
I'd imagine that my character probably couldn't fly with that on. We've seen them fly. It's like, oh, you're in a vacuum.
What
Just
does
on a ball.
second skin do?
Second thing, it's armor that you can stack with any other armor, basically. Whatever weapon skill your character has, like on the front of it, what does it say for weapon skills?
Oh,
Can I just see the
seeker
thing?
weapons here. And they're basically rocket launchers.
Alright. You want a seeker rifle.
Okay.
And pretty much all the HEAP missiles you can possibly carry.
How many is that?
A lot.
Okay.
Just in brackets, put sufficient number.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I was lost.
That was for him.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Okay,
seeker weapon
and
specialist.
how many missiles? Or sorry, what was the missile?
HEAP stands for High Explosive Armor Piercing.
Okay.
Your weapon holds 6 of them at once, so
Okay, so
it still only fires them one after the other, but yeah, it has a capacity of 6. You will want more than 6.
6 times 10, 60?
Sure. We'll probably end up needing more, but whatever.
120?
I know.
Oh, this isn't natural.
Probably want some splash missiles.
Probably.
Yep. Just in brackets, put slip. That works.
Slip?
Yeah, it's like frictionless stuff. If you spray it on something, it makes things fall down when they try to run across it.
Okay.
You maybe have like 6 of those. It's a situational thing.
Okay.
You probably don't need overload grenade missiles, but grab 6 anyway. Never know, we might need to knock out someone who's not infected with Exsurgent virus.
Overload.
They're another type of missile. Just take 6 of them.
So just overload missile?
Tell me when I need to be listening again.
Sure, that should be good for you unless you have a melee skill, which I didn't see.
Don't say anything.
And also up your IREP to 50. I don't think I did that in that character sheet. Your characters are veterans in Firewall.
Okay.
I actually took networking in Firewall.
I'm gonna call my guy Arnie.
Army, that's his name.
Arnie.
Arnie, okay.
Also, just for giggles, put disposable launcher. And then in brackets after it, put heap, HEAP. It's mini missiles are the baseline standard for these effects.
Well, how small are mini grenades?
Doesn't say though.
Are there micro grenades?
There are not micro grenades. There are micro missiles, which are like this big.
Okay.
But yeah, if you actually have a standard missile, you're supposed to double the listed value here for damage. So his disposable launcher does 60, 10 plus 24.
Damn.
Back to the part that other people can bother to listen to.
Okay, switching papers.
Moving down to where it says implants, basic biomods, basic mesh inserts, cortical stack. Those are pretty much in every one.
Magicians.
I'm getting to them.
Oh, did you write down Tabnet?
Yeah, sure, like that too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please, all have TACnet. We're never repeating that mistake.
Where Raingrim gets kept by ninjas.
To be fair, the jar of glowing worms did save the day.
Yeah, it did.
And crit on that, that was beautiful.
Right, enhanced, and then in brackets just write vision, hearing, smell.
Oh, I have hearing and vision filters.
Which does what exactly?
It basically allows me to filter my hearing and vision, like I can filter at certain frequencies or do a bunch of other things like that. Essentially, it's just a filter. Basically, I like to think of my character being immune to basilisk hacks.
No.
If he has a filter, he would be.
Oh.
Yeah. However, you would have to know what you're trying to filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means you would basically have to be exposed to one first and manage to survive it.
I know they say once burned, twice shy.
Although really, basilisk hacks are not actually difficult to survive. They're mostly annoying. Because if it actually tries to corrupt you with exertion virus, it takes like 10 minutes. So as long as you have a buddy who notices you collapse to the floor and start vomiting or whatever horrible thing it does, there's like a list of 10 things it might do. And they're all pretty obvious. And then he just has to kick the thing away and then you're fine after a few minutes.
Kick the thing away?
What's a basilisk hack? It's like a visual or auditory display. If he can stop whatever it is, then you'll be okay.
Oh.
Like you have to be continuously exposed for like 10 minutes.
It's
for it to
essentially
actually
hacking
annoy
your brain through your
through
senses.
sensory input.
Gotcha.
They're not fun.
Oh, they actually could have a splat book on more titans and
Other things,
It's
eidetic
also more
memory,
Erebos, Titans and stuff.
which is an implant you can get. Adrenal boost.
What is IR in the stats again?
Oh, insanity rating. If you're a biomorph, you can put bioweave armor heavy. You're an Olympian morph, so yes, you can also put biomorph weave armor
What's your
heavy.
armor stat?
Mine, reasonably high. It's 3127,
Mm.
not counting the patch. I'm going to be editing out a lot of crap in this episode. Listen as Trevor discusses a list of a bunch of ornaments. May as well give yourself eelware, that's always fun to have.
Eelware?
Eelware. It means you can shock people by touching them.
I have claws too.
Maybe I should show
Endocrine
service
control.
with me.
Sorry?
So that way
Endocrine control.
if I have any
ENDOCRINE.
biological baggage,
Endo-
then I have to
sorry.
give up.
Endocrine. Endocrines are hormones, basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
Your
so
character can voluntarily shut off or release specific hormones. Enhanced respiration.
So did you basically just keep adding stuff till you ran out of room?
No, I have plenty of room in the implant section. The gear section I ran out of room on. Gills. We're on Europa, it's water world. You want gills.
Bird with gills.
Although you'll still freeze to death, but still. Grip pads, always handy. Muscle augmentation.
Well, that's why I'm here. I am the
Well, there's
water
no point
robot.
meeting yet. My psalm's already maxed out.
I can
Yeah,
swim.
sure. Neurochem, level 2. I'll skip the extra arms section.
Alright.
Temperature tolerance. Not going to help you much on Europa, but it might help you if the cold inside the habitat is bad. Toxin filters. Vacuum sealing, just in case. In case the vac suit fails. Anti-glare,
My robot wears a vac suit.
because it gives armor.
Uh-huh. And it's also useful. It's another layer of
T-ray
attacks I
emitter.
have to get through.
What are T-rays?
T-ray? Terahertz rays. They're
Okay.
the same things that those scanners at airports use.
Okay.
Right.
It can penetrate stuff like cloth and to an extent wood, but not metal. Electrical sense. Man, you guys are writing in way bigger text fonts than I did. Radiation sense. I don't think it's necessary for everyone in the party to have both of those. Whatever.
Redundancy.
Hardened skeleton, which you do want even if you have your psalm capped, because it gives you +5 durability. Reflex boosters.
That's an additional speed,
Yep, +1 speed and +10 reflex.
which for me is already capped out.
Medicines. Vital. They're literally nanobots in your bloodstream that fix you. You probably don't need mental speed, because you're not using 6 guns. Nano.
I will take it
Sure.
though.
Yeah, you don't need it. Like, at all. nanophages, respirocytes.
What?
They are little things in your bloodstream that oxygenate your blood. Like
They're artificial
carbon
red
dioxide.
blood cells.
They also give you a bonus of durability. Wrist-mounted tools.
Or claw-mounted tools in my case.
And TACnet, of course. You probably don't need a prehensile tail.
What species of bird is your neo-avian?
I keep going back and
Sorry,
forth
TACnet
between,
was
they
the
say,
last one?
TACnet,
between
yeah.
parrot and just a random kind of like either a raven or a blackbird or something like that. I haven't quite
Oh, I read in Panopticon
You
that
should make it a blackbird and name it 4 and 20.
reference. I did not yet.
Right. Name if it is blackbird, name the muse Nevermore.
Yes.
the funny thing is neo ravens and neo crows, they can tell each other apart, but people can't. So they get really offended if you call them the other.
See, I was considering making it a parrot and calling it Polly.
Oh.
It's just like one more reason why I would hate humans just a little bit more.
I was close to being an uplift gorilla.
No,
named
Polly
Fingers.
was my slave name.
I want to trade a D10 for a big one. No?
All D10s are fun.
Make it a raven and one of its
Sorry, were you
motivations
talking to me?
plus shiny.
Which one were you looking at?
Just
Good.
D10.
Go for it. Anything in there. This one's amusing. There.
So I've got demolitions, blades, and kinetic weapons.
I also have blades. Does your blade skill wind up being 100
No.
by the end of it?
No, mine was 65.
I don't really have
I
any
love that I
melee
wasn't even
skills.
trying to max that out.
I don't have any melee skills. I just
Well, it's because it capped everything out at 100.
shredders are even better at close range.
Oh, apparently I have 70 Russian language skills, so I should probably rename my character to something like Drago.
I actually haven't put down either of my languages or any of my interests.
Boo! The interest is the most fun part.
I didn't have time to go a lot into character when I made
I ran out of interest skills by taking one from like interest exert threats and interest type attack and profession friend, so I couldn't add interest brewskis. Hell yeah! It would have actually been brewskis, comma hell yeah! Exclamation point.
No, the hell yeah is a specialization.
Yes. They spent 5 points on it.
Everyone ready?
I still need to actually get weapons. I'm sorry.
Also, it is important to note on the front of your sheet, the various augments I told you to get are giving you, let me see, plus 20 to your reflex.
Okay, so right now I have 40 reflex.
Yeah, it can't. There's a cap. In an
Okay.
Olympian, I think the cap is 30. So just put 30 there.
Okay,
What is your reflex currently, though?
20.
20? Okay.
What's your firewall network?
Everyone network? 50. Like pretty much everyone.
60.
I put my other networking with G-rep, AD-rep, and R-rep. Your SOM will have gone up by 10 as well.
Okay, so 30?
Yep. And your durability also would have gone up by 10, which will change your death rating and wound threshold as well. You are harder to kill.
Okay, so
I shudder to think how much time this is used up.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
The reason why I asked is because I saw, the insanity rating. The reason why I asked is because I saw a value there. I was going, what? I have 120 insanity rating.
That means that's how fast you go insane. No.
Oh, you have that too.
I do, because I have a will of 30.
As long as you don't mind me filling in my weapons as we go, I'm ready to.
Alright.
You're not, because your SOM and reflex are already at caps, right?
Yeah.
Did you change your durability?
Yes.
You, however, need to functionally add 10 to any skill that uses reflex or SOM.
Okay.
Only do the ones that you bothered to write down.
Yeah.
So your fray will go up. There's only 3 skills that use reflex, technically 2, fray and piloting.
Okay, he didn't write down Frey, so where do I start? Some?
Oh, that was the character sheet I got lazy on.
What is his phrase supposed to be?
There's like 4 characters in here, shut up.
Yeah, but what's his phrase supposed to be at?
Like 70.
With his morph bonus?
I think after.
So you have a fray baby now. Alright.
Shall we?
Yes. I'm taking a bunch of garrots.
Yes.
I have an extra unused skill here.
I have the garage skill as well.
You do?
Yes.
What are stats for my weapon, the Seeker rifle?
It's basically scaled by what kind of missile you're using.
So
If you're using the one in the disposable launcher, double the damage value that it shows there.
3d10 minus 12. I'll need another d10
What
if
armor
you
value
get it.
riot shield has, so I can
I completely forgot there was even riot shields in there.
Yeah, most people do, because like, why would you carry a riot shield around? You're gonna draw attention to that. You basically only take one combat skill.
You wouldn't happen to, off the top of your head, know what all of those all the armor bonuses.
I'm sort of looking that up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, If you're wearing the same kind of armor I am, like the stuff I just rattled off
Yeah.
without the shield, your armor rating is 28-25.
25, and then I can get the patches, right?
Yeah, plus patches.
And they're
So
2,
just
4.
write under energy, write 28, and then put +4 next to it. And then the kinetic, put 25 plus 2. The plus ones are special. They go down by 1 every time you're hit by an attack
Okay.
until they go away.
Can you put more than one of those on at a time, or is
No.
it single?
Although if you want to, you can add the offensive armor augment, which gives you +5 to each, but you automatically take 1 point of damage from every attack. I didn't do that because I don't want armor that blows me up every 30 seconds because it would damage my precious, precious grenade harness. So I thought about it. Now I have to write down my ammo for my various guns.
I have an interest in Exhumans.
Nice. You have an interest in me.
Sorry, I heard that wrong. Interest in what humans?
Exhumans. So dead humans or?
No, Exhumans are action.
Okay.
They're people who believe that basically humanity is weak and they're trying to become something more than human.
Okay.
I am one.
Okay.
They can be in any morph, but it lists like that they're always come up in heavily augmented morphs.
Yeah.
A lot of them, for example, have sort of abandoned a normal body entirely, and what they have is actually just a network of neural hubs.
Mm-hmm.
So like every part of their body is technically brain matter that's also iron hard strong.
Mm-hmm.
They're called, I think, neuro arrays or something
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
2 kinds. There's the neurodes, and then there's the
Predators. I'm the predator type. Hence my motivation.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, question. And remember, my other character, I never used guns, so I don't know the stats for them very well. Is there any reason why semi-auto would not be a good choice of firing mode?
Yes.
And why not?
Burst fire does more damage.
Okay, so
Real
sniper
question.
rifle not actually the best choice.
It is a good weapon. It has massive armor piercing.
Yes, it does.
He
I'm thinking-
wrecked things with the
I'm
sniper
thinking-
rifle.
Feel free to write
sniper
sniper
rifle
Feel free to
railgun.
write- Oh, well, you don't want a railgun, because
No.
that's the curious thing. Because if you load something with biter ammo, you can't put biter ammo in a railgun, and biter ammo does plus 1d10 damage.
Okay,
So then you're at 3d10
so
plus
just
like
a,
12.
just a regular firearm sniper rifle.
You can make some of them railguns.
And you can totally use a sniper rifle at close range.
Yep.
As it right up to the dude.
Yep.
Wait, what is SOM?
Some somatics. Your ability to control your morph's physical
Yeah.
strength, basically.
Oh.
It's basically strength. Yeah, it's sort of an odd one. Basically, any given morph actually has a somatics rating of whatever its maximum is. It's just that when you're sleeved into it, there's only so much of it you can correctly work. So your baseline somatics is how good you are at controlling that.
Okay.
Also, my tiny little cheat box of how you resist exsurgent infections.
How do you resist?
I did find out that I did it wrong in that one game. It's not summit based, it's durability times 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's actually not super difficult to fight off the first time, but basically it like starts getting better every time it gets at the same swarm gets at you because it starts working out your biochemistry.
And then you go all Borg.
Well, that's the annoying thing. There's only the one strain that does that makes you turn into a horrible monster. That's the xenomorph strain. There's plenty of other ones that are way worse. There's like the haunting one. Oh god. It's the haunting one has like a latency period of like 3 months. So like it waits until you've already backed yourself up so that your backup is corrupted.
Let's put it this way. Our whole campaign has only been over 4 months.
Yeah.
In-game story.
Basically, if your GM ever introduces the haunting strain, it means he wants your character to go away.
Oh, that's
Or he's turning you into the big bad. Oh, you like level 1 of psi powers? Here's level 2. Uh-oh, level 3 psionics.
Ones you didn't even know existed.
In fact, I'm making a 4th level. Watch me wreck the party with your character.
His
Can I just
smile
put
is
an
a
infinity
basilisk.
sign beside ammo?
No. You smile and the gleam off his teeth is a basilisk.
Why is it sparkling so weirdly?
So I'm gonna put as my motivations plus personal exceptionism. He's really big into
That works.
pumping himself up and making
Hey,
people
that's what
better.
Olympians for.
Put motivation positive lifting. I want to put that as a trait.
And squats.
I want to put that as a positive trait. Totally lifts.
You lift bra?
Oh god, what was the word I used just a few seconds ago?
My
Exceptionalism.
positive motivation is just
Exceptionalism.
he wants to be the best.
He
The
wants to
best.
be the best damn douchebag he can be.
He has a holographic cigar because he has no mouth, so he can't actually have an actual cigar, so it's holographic.
It's one of those
Oh.
AR.
Motivation: negative girly men.
Yes.
There.
And
I am-
positive choppers in brackets getting 2.
No. Positive getting spruced. Pumped/spruced.
Oh, I already have 3 here. Positive lifting, exceptionalism, and girly men.
That works.
I'm plus shiny things, plus freedom,
Yes.
and minus human superiority, although it's more or less just minus humans.
I also agree with you against human
Humans.
superiority. Fortunately, I'm not one of you. And if you say otherwise, I will break you in half.
So are you racist to uplifts then?
Oh, they're not human.
Yeah, they're not human, but they're not working up. Although technically, maybe an uplift would be viewed as kind of like the animal version of an Exhuman, because it's an upgraded version of what it originally was.
Decided I don't like uplifts. They need to be better, though. You need to get more augments. Don't have
Yeah,
enough
so I'm gonna
augments.
need another
You still have
D10 for my
space in your
rocket launcher.
torso. I like to think that my character has so many augments and stuff that at this point he is literally just a spine, a brain, and one eye. That's all that's left of his original body.
Still has his original spine? Those things are so breakable.
Well, there's no augmented spine. I couldn't find one anywhere.
Dude, you gotta go to like the scum fleets. Man, the thing some of those women have.
That was my backup character for if Edward ever gets ruined permanently. I was going to make a Scumfleet chemist. He was going to have science skills and like making drugs.
Yes!
And he was going to be from the Carnival of the Goat.
And he has the 2 levels of the flexible trait.
Yes.
And his name is gonna be Heisenberg.
I
Nah.
need to catch up on that series. I fell away after like season 2.
I fell off after I think about season 3 or so.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Breaking Bad.
Um,
It's a very good show.
Yeah.
Not as good as Leverage. I like Leverage a lot.
Leverage was amazing.
I miss Leverage. I want them to make
Yeah, I
it.
think the last episode I saw of that was they were confronting the aunt or something about the shoplifting because she has kleptomania or something.
Which show?
Breaking Bad.
Oh, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I was like, that's not like anything.
Because I was thinking of
Leverage.
Leverage, I'm like, that's, I don't remember that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yes. I have to keep track of how much ammo is in each of my guns.
Round 1, I fire, I run out.
For simplicity's sake, I have made one rifle the designated biter rifle, one the thermite rifle, and one the zap rifle.
I haven't got through all the ammo, so I just put biter.
Biter is good.
That
Just
was
put biter a whole bunch.
I was just gonna put a little infinity symbol beside it.
There was a character who got made an Eclipse phase they painted. He had a machine gun, and he bought a specialized fabber
I
that
was gonna
just
say
fab
old nano
rounds.
fabber.
And it was like at the bottom, so it belt fed, and when it ran out, you just had to wait an hour while it fabbed up more.
That's awesome.
So he had infinite ammo, provided he didn't have to do too many combats all in one go.
I wonder if that process could be made faster if each individual part of the gun is fabbed in its own little
Each
maker,
individual
and they're all
part.
hooked up.
And
With a
then
little
you
like
hook them up to
factory
like just
thing.
little assemblers for it and just put them together. So it's just like full on wing with bottomless clip.
Oh, you still need the materials.
Yeah. Well, you just have to harvest all the dead robots.
You have a whole bunch of disassemblers that steal stuff from around.
Yes.
So there's like holes in office chairs and computers.
So whenever you start firing your gun, all of the furniture around you starts slowly disintegrating inexplicably.
Oh man, I now want that to be.
I want to make that guy.
There's nano pest control, and it goes, well, I see what the problem is. You see, you got some like disassemblers there, and yeah, you see over there, there's some protein.
Nano control.
Nano pest control. Gonna have to bring in the flamethrower for this one.
I don't know if I can fix the problem with having pest animals, but now it's pest nano machines.
Well, that's kind of the thing, right? Because they go around and they hang around for a few hours, and if they have a hive, they'll keep building more of them to keep
And-
their swarm going.
And imagine all those little nano machines that just run out of juice and die. They like litter the floor.
Eventually,
You have to sweep that
there's
shit
just
up.
gray dust everywhere.
Oh no, wait! I figured out who my Olympian morph is. The heavy weapons guy.
Yes, I am heavy weapons guy.
This is
I got that reference.
It fires $200 custom tool cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute. It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds. I love that.
Some people think they can outsmart me.
No. Well, I've yet to meet one can outsmart Bullet. He is the best guy.
Oh man, the spy video though.
Oh yeah.
But I love that video.
Anyway, what time are we at anyway?
We're like 45 minutes in.
Yes.
Alright.
Alright. All four of you are veteran firewall agents. You have been working under Proxy 74 for 5 years now. You are the heavy-hitting crew. You are there to wipe out titans. That is your job. That has always been your job. That will forever be your job. You're only called in when the regular sentinels die. In fact, mechanically, you only roll will times 3 if you see exsurgents or titan.
Nice. We're not just hardened to it at this point. There's a trait you can get called hardening, which is you don't have to roll will checks for specific stimulus. Except it reduces your moxie. Why would you ever take that?
Anyway, you get a message from Proxy 74. Her appearance is different. She always has different looks depending on the social, class, party, lifestyle. This time it's small little bits of like animated text, nano tattoos that crawl not only across the skin, but then continue along the clothes.
Nice. My character thinks she's sad, doing this spitting and crap. Why would you want people to like you? People suck.
You remember that phase when she had those weird dog cat ear things?
I mentally blocked out the antler face.
We don't talk about the antler phase. Anyway, she tells you that the four of you are going to be on loan to a different proxy because a situation has come up and there will be several different teams all working under Proxy 80 for a job on Europa. You ego cast over to Europa and you get the message from Proxy 80. He is a man of African phenotype, bald, Olympian morph you can tell, and he has a light blue nano tattoo running down one eye, down a cheek, in German text. The translation software that you all have instantly translates it as an old Gaelic saying that goes, "I to the hill will lift mine eyes."
A Gaelic saying written in German?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
He's very stern, serious.
He's very much in vogue of when the Anglos met the Saxons then.
Yeah. Okay. As you know, you're the best of the best, Proxy 74, and I'll need you here for this mission.
If we already know it, why are you telling us?
You have not been informed on the details.
Yeah.
No, but you're saying, as you know. Why does everyone say, as you know?
Do you want me to
Because they're
throw my
bad
dice at
writers.
you?
And it's a hard habit to break. Carry on. He shuts off our TACnet calls. We just bickering with each other.
You guys don't seem like a party that would get along.
75 socially graceless. I'm literally just a dick to everyone.
See, that's why Proxy 101 doesn't talk to you guys anymore. We have gotten word that a terrorist cell in the European habitat is planning to blow up one of the central support structures of the complex. Now, the
Why are you
structure
calling
itself,
us?
I'm getting to that. The structure itself, although it has many support beams to it, have 3 main, huge root structures.
I could be drinking beer now.
I'm expecting professionals.
I should point out these comments are in character.
I know.
Yeah, I don't drink beer.
Is that in character too?
I don't drink beer, I'm just being a jerk for no reason.
I only do pedals.
I would think you'd be well informed that we're all basically lunatics.
Crow's probably found the shiniest thing in the room, just kind of standing on it, clawing at it,
Are you just like
chewing on it.
peck?
The shiniest thing is actually the screen on which his face is projecting from.
Speaking from his view, you just keep trying to peck him in the face.
Quit it.
By the way, his name is Crow, but he's actually a raven uplift.
Does he do that just to... Is it like people who read the Daily Mail, they do it just to piss themselves off?
I think it was actually a name that was given to him, not a name he has. So,
Why does he keep using it?
have you tried shaking it and it just didn't go away?
We have 3 teams working on this job. Team A is going down to the bottom of the habitat and dealing with the terrorist cell itself. We don't know much info about them. All we know is about their planned attack. It is going to be a bombing of one of these 3 support structures. Team B is a team of architects that I have brought over from Proxy 52. They're well skilled in habitat repair and maintenance. They will be reinforcing the superstructure and these struts while this is going down. That way, with this additional support, if one of these beams does blow or gets damaged, the other two and the minor supports will be able to keep the thing up. If you cannot protect all the struts, protect Team B. Team C, that is where you come in. You will be standing your ground and defending the three main support beams. They are unfortunately half a kilometer away from each other.
Do you have any evacuation plan?
We don't want that to happen. We cannot let this structure fall.
Now, out of character for a second, this fails, right?
Yeah.
The impossible
Well,
happens quite often.
I can already guess why, but yeah.
Yeah.
It may or may not have anything to do with this. It might, but...
I missed a few shots with my seeker missile and accidentally.
I love how many explosives you brought.
Now remember, we're trying to prevent them from blowing up this habitat. I brought all the missiles. I'm not sure if you fully comprehended what I just said.
I feel like at that instruction crow just like start shoving all their explosives under the table. Like, nope.
You will have access to all materials, weapons, upgrades, and whatever morph you require. I have a stockpile here on Europa. This is an area of my jurisdiction, so I've been preparing for just such an occasion. It is a custom for all proxies to store up resources in their main locale, just in case. Now, I will be talking with some of the higher-ups in the hab, pulling some strings to get an evacuation order necessary if need be. But that's difficult. I've burned a lot of bridges just getting these three teams here. You never see this many firewall agents in one place.
Usually for good reason.
Yes. You'll be meeting up with Team B in about an hour after you have all your equipment. Make sure these... Use my trap.
Don't worry, I'll let it out of all the dead air.
That doesn't help. We'll edit it in post, don't worry.
I'm sure someone will fix it in post and be very resentful about having to do so.
Let me just make a dice roll too. Just
No. The one that drives me insane is when they do this while talking.
let me just dice roll.
That comment will never see the light of day.
You just put a beep before you said that comment. Will never see the light of day.
I just beep it out so it sounds like you're a horrible curse word enthusiast. I like to think that since we've ego-casted here, I'm like in sort of like temporary body before going to Europa, and I'm already getting one of my eyes replaced. Like mid-conversation. What?
You're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Is this?
Sorry, what?
Okay. You put that down, Raven.
You're not Raven, you're Crow.
I decided to name all of my shredders.
You've named your shredders.
Mm-hmm. Susie, Carmichael, Tanis,
You
Jessica,
actually say
Andreas,
that to Aiden.
and Fred.
And he's just...
I named my rifles too. Their names are Rifle, Rifle, and Rifle. They're triplets. They actually have a tragic childhood.
Say it with a complete straight face.
Yes. I have emotional peppers. And no good control. My face never twitches unless I want it to.
I only need one gun. Her name is Sasha.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to take Proxy 74's word on their professionalism.
You got the job done.
I hope so. Let's see, we have about 35,000 people in that habitat. Do you know how limited space is in this solar system? To have one habitat explode, go under?
Not very, because it's a solar system. By definition, there's lots of space. There's just not a lot of habitable space. Again, socially graceless. He's probably aware that I'm a dick and just ignores me.
See, it's the DM that looks pissed, it's not the NPC.
Crow's already found something else interesting and distracting. No longer even looking at the screen. Still listening, not looking.
Hey.
He's no longer looking at the screen. He's looking at the screen via TACnet through someone else's eyes.
No,
You momentarily look through mine and then go, cut away. Because there's just like a scalpel right here. I think you guys long ago turned off sensory input from B. Look away, you turn back, one of my arms is robotic. How did you do it so fast?
Do you know what terror cell we are dealing with?
I don't have a full info. We believe it might be 9 lives.
They're all humans.
Yes, we all are. Except some of us.
I'm sorry. Crow just vaguely dislikes that
It's
the
like-
9 lives is a reference to cats.
He says we all are, and both of us are like, we have to shout at him before he just corrects it. Like
You
in sync too.
You ignore the subtle racism and speciesism.
Man on TV talks too much. When we kill things.
Agreed.
You will meet up with Team B, and then 2 teams. You will each head to each of the support structures. They are a large, it's a platform around structure that is in a larger cavernous area, kind of like the inside of a baseball stadium. This is so that large maintenance repair robots can get into the area. Inside, you can see the underside of the ice crust, as well as a huge, imagine the thickest tree you've ever seen. That is how big this steel pipe support structure is, with cross-hatching and triangular struts and everything connecting away from it like branches on a tree.
Almost a fractal-like pattern.
I don't like them words, boy.
No, does he just like his eye twitch? He goes, don't use that word around me. With too many memories.
The text changes to his mood,
It turns into a red tattoo.
and then the text says like, kill. Now there are 3 of
It
these.
just changes and says blood for the blood god.
Skulls for the skull throat. Yep. Or is it bones for the bone throat?
Skull for the skull.
Okay. I'm only 3 books in. Cut me some slack.
No.
Corn demands cornflakes.
Good for the good god.
There's the grim dark future. There is no good god.
No. There's the greater good that they worship like a god for some reason.
By the way, toughness does have 3 levels.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have it open right here. Oh, you hit the book
Why are there roosters for wallpaper?
Yep, 3 levels.
because.
Wow.
See?
That blew my mind.
It just increases durability though.
There must be some other trait then that's only 2 levels.
You're probably thinking of pain tolerance,
Yeah, probably.
which is 2 levels. And is probably the more useful trait. Because it lets you ignore wounds.
Now, strings have been pulled to ensure that there will be no operation staff in the area at this time. There should be no civilians.
So if it moves, shoot it.
Yes.
Unless it's your scientist that you're babysitting.
Or TV.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's-
will
that is what
definitely,
TV is.
absolutely not shoot scientists with Sasha in the head with my rocket.
Too many times.
And do not connect to the local mesh.
Yay, babysitting nerds. You say don't connect to the local mesh, and I'm just like, I roll my eyes like, well, duh.
You meet up with Team B.
I strongly considered making a character that didn't have mesh inserts for this adventure.
I was actually rolling up random stuff for one of the pre-gens. One of them had Phobia Muse.
That is fantastic.
That's like the super crippling one too.
I have interest knickknacks.
I think my muse looks like a Dalek.
Team B is actually 30 flex bots that are all simultaneous. I mean, they're all similar, not simultaneous. They all have red outer plating. They're all numbered 1 to 30. They are all ID tagged differently though, so they are different individuals. You can talk to them, however, it bores the hell out of you. They just talk about buttressing stuff.
No, if they're talking about buttressing, that's interesting. If they start talking about like feelings, then I'm just like, haven't you gotten beyond that yet?
But haven't you ever looked at an arch and just went, that is beautiful? And
No, but Crow looked at an arch and thought, I could just bring some explosives up to that quite nicely.
No, how would you dare blow up an arch? How dare you?
I've often looked at arches and thought they were beautiful. They make fantastic kill bottlenecks.
Well, no,
The
I
world
guess.
could use more of them. Can we get some installed in here?
I'm still going to inspect that arch for explosives.
Oh, no. Same here. See if there were saboteurs to begin with.
You have
Oh
no
my
love
god,
for
Heavy has found
architecture.
double arch. It's all the way across the sky.
Will times 1.
Hold on, I'm rolling old Earth history. I successfully Fail.
You take 2 stress for failing to get the reference because you're pissed off that you failed. Yeah. You're like, oh, I know that, but it's on the tip of my tongue. Alright, now we're going to have to talk about teams here. So we have strut A, B, and C. We're going to have...
Can we call them 1, 2, and 3? Just distinguishes it from the deployed teams A, B, and C. Because that'll get really confusing really fast.
10 flex spots are going to go to each strut and begin their work. Which ones are you going to be going to?
I should probably team up with someone because I'm not too good with the multiple targets.
Well,
what are your guys' weapon
There's
specialties?
4 people here.
I have 4
Is the struts
sniper
like
rifles.
water or?
Okay.
Also garrots, which I can use 2 at a time.
And you use shredders, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm assault rifles. I think it's best if you 2 team up and then we each try to solo one.
Yeah.
Because that way you have explosive area and precision, whereas we both have full auto weapons, so we can spray them if we need to. And I have grenades, so I can mine the area.
Yeah, I'm like, and I also mine the area.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my plasma grenades and set them, mining them around.
Every
You
now
going
and
for
then.
one?
Yep.
Every now and then, an
And then-
architect comes around. No, don't put it there. You'll
I-
take
Sure,
the whole
I'll-
place down.
I'll
I have
ask them
interest
where-
architecture to help with correctly placing explosives to do both most damage to people and least
You're structured?
damage to structure.
Same.
He's on 2, I think.
Well, you're on 2, right?
No, I'm on 1.
I'm-
They're on 3 together.
Oh, right.
So I'm actually just looking through the book for information on demolitions materials, but I can't find anything.
Super thermite charges are pretty much the only specialized demolition thing.
Okay,
You can make them into a shaped charge with a demolitions test that makes it do like 3 times more damage.
excellent.
Did you in fact make the avian demo man? Is he Scottish? At least give him
No.
language like Gaelic or something.
Okay, I don't think he's gonna do much talking.
No.
The cavernous room area where each of the struts in has one exit that is at the end of the hallway that leads to an elevator going down.
I've got. So you know what sensor
So
you
there's just
say?
one entrance there.
Yes.
I will put a couple of mines there. I'm also considering putting some on the surface because something might land and try to drill through the ice. It would take forever, but they could.
Okay.
Give him the
Just so
PM
you know,
ideas.
I won't
What's-
actually put plasma mines up there because otherwise I'm just going to knock habitat structure off of its grounding. But I'm alert that things might come down that way. Most of the mines are going to go near the entrance, some in other places just in case they try and come through a wall.
Okay.
I've got enhanced vision, chemical sniffers, echolocation, enhanced hearing.
Or is this
Yeah.
I do have
thermal?
echolocation, so I'm going to be bouncing pinging sounds in case there's cloak targets.
Okay.
And I am going to try and construct some kind of barricade.
Alright.
Because I don't like the open kill box scenario.
Well, the architects did bring a whole bunch of extra materials with them. You can basically just glare at one of them to take some of it away. But I need this for support. No, you don't.
If they need it for support, I'm leaving it with them.
I'm sure they can spare a few.
I strap explosives to each of
Each of my Team B guys. And
Ice
You
falls
drop
to
the
guys.
explosives to the scientists?
I'm also going to activate one of my guardian swarms on me. I'm actually going to set the 4 other guardian swarms to sort of try and disperse amongst the flex spots in
Okay.
case nano swarms come in.
Alright,
Try to keep them protect those.
did you say
Good idea. I
the
do say.
thermobaric explosives that can be shaped to do more damage?
Super thermite, they're called.
Oh.
They're not in the weapon section.
Oh, where do I find them?
Do you have like a find function on there?
No, not in this one.
Okay, then I don't remember offhand where they are. You can check the index.
Mine has a find function, but it takes forever.
My book's gonna die in a minute.
yes, strap explosives to the flex box, then send them charging at the enemy.
Oh, I should
Yeah,
point out one of
basically,
the pieces of gear I took was actually a
Processing like
spare,
rig the whole.
which is the morph you can plug a cortical stack in. So if one of those guys dies, I'm popping this cortical stack into a robot so he can keep working. So death does not excuse you from work.
He loves his job. He doesn't want to stop doing it.
Page 330 for super thermite charges.
Thank you.
And what are you
Yeah,
two
it's under
doing?
scavenger tech. It's right there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Single charge can be used to create an explosive blast inflicting 2d10 plus 5 damage. This charge can be shaped with a demolitions test, focusing the blast in a 90-degree direction. This triples the damage of the blast in the focus direction. In all other directions, it is reduced to a third. Multiple charges apply a cumulative effect.
Okay.
So if you put several charges, they just add their damage together. So you could turn that hallway into an absolute death.
That's pretty much exactly what I'm
Just
doing.
place them in sections along the stairs so you can blow them in sequence as things start to come up.
you put? No, that wouldn't work. I was thinking, what if you just spray slip in all of the support structures so
I
that way
have-
you can't attach explosives to them? They just fall off.
I have two slip grenades. I'm going to do that if things get dicey. But I'm not doing it first because the Flexbots need to like crawl on them to work and stuff. Anyway.
What are you two doing to help fortify your position?
Basically, Crow is just going flying all over the room, sticking to different places, and putting charges in as many places they can find tactically advantageous, using his interest in architecture to aid his placement. And the hallway is turning into a death trap.
I like
It's
that,
like every so often.
I
it's
like that this mission to prevent people from planting explosives supports you started off by planting lots of explosives.
Facing the other direction.
That's true, because she has the shape charges and they do less damage in like backsplash areas.
Yes.
So she can shape them so that they don't damage the pillar, just the things coming near it. She's a demo specialist.
Basically, just standing there with like multiple triggers in both their hands and their claws, just waiting.
The Flexbots go through charges and go, I don't think this is a good idea.
Is it like on every one of your fingers you have a ring that has a button in it, so it's like boom, 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 boom.
No, it's like crow's feet, so 2 front, 2 back.
Pretty much anyone that tries to say anything to her is just like,
No.
They're just like, we're supposed to be on the
It's a
lookout
sheet
for
of
terrorists
buttons.
planting bombs, right? have you been thoroughly background checked?
No, it's
Doesn't
bubble
say
wrap that has the metal lines. So when it pops, it signals the trigger. So
You make your explosive triggers bubble wrap so that they're fun to blow up too.
You are sick.
It's addictive. Oh god, please stop. It's so fun.
And yeah, I guess is there any place to take cover behind or anything where I can?
if there is a
At the end of the
probably ring
hallway.
that.
You can take cover around the corner of that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be so kind as to just very quickly draw, just like do a rough drawing, because I'm not picturing this particularly well.
Yeah, I'm just sort of picturing a circular room with one exit.
It's not circular.
Hexagon.
It's
Sort
not
of.
fully a hexagon. And there's like stairs at the
is
bottom
this
of
top
that.
down or sideways?
Top down.
And where's the actual pillar that we're
Right in the middle room.
right in the middle?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, do I?
It is a raised platform,
Oh yeah, that's
and going at an angle from the ceiling down to the floor is the main structure itself.
alright.
Alright.
So I'm focusing most of my charges here, some here, and
Yeah.
avoiding this area of charges, but I am putting some around there in case.
Alright. Basically,
That's an elevator?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually just disabling that.
Turn off the elevator.
Yeah.
would you like me to
You
mark
wanna-
on the map where all of them, where all the charges are? No. You can basically assume it's just like do all the way down the hall.
But yeah, I'm seriously going to suggest that they shut the elevator off, because we've already got the crew here. We shouldn't need it all.
We hear your advice over attachments and shut ours down.
The terracil goes over to the elevator, pushes the button, pushes it again. Well, we might as well go
Folds
home.
their arms and waits for a minute. And the one goes, are we sure it's working? And he goes, don't be silly, of course it is. 10 more minutes pass. Maybe it's busy.
Anyways, is this like did the elevators here still actually run on like rigs?
I don't think so. I think they're magnetic grab on the side, so they just
Too bad.
slide up and down.
If they ran on rigs, I'd leave it and just attach charge to it. So we see it come up,
You can mine the elevator shaft.
and I can fly and crawl around in there, so I could probably do so relatively easily. Basically just starts at the bottom, works her way up, and then works her way through the hallway back into the room.
I'm actually going to hang out around here, watching them over there, and also keep an eye out here.
Roll infosec, try and turn off the elevators.
I have one of the Flexbot scientists text you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
I have no infosec.
I have no infosec either. I
Your muse has infosec. You can
Oh.
hit roll it.
what's the default muse in infosec?
I think it's like 40
30.
or 30.
Yeah, that's not very hot.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a try. 97.
My muse succeeds
I got
with assistance.
72, so I didn't get it.
Me neither.
Oh,
You failed to shut down 2 of the
How did
elevators.
you fail?
what is
Okay,
that?
muse has a skill of 30. Take your time for plus 30. Then assistance from up to 3 people for another plus 30. You failed to roll a 90 or lower,
Oh, I wrote this up in too.
then you succeed.
Okay.
Like if you have time, it's not difficult.
Okay.
Alright, with what he said, it's a
Yeah.
success.
I don't know if the crow would have asked for help though. She probably would have just she's like, ah, break
Well,
the
if nothing
elevator
else,
shaft.
you would have helped you.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
So at worst, you were rolling an 80.
Yes, I rolled 97. So I don't think
You
any.
suck.
What button
Chris is
blue?
like, no. Move over. Presses the big red off button.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
besides, if all else fails, she's not going to have difficulty shutting down an elevator.
That's
She
pretty much
really
what I was
needs to. She'll just blow the car up.
I was hitting the alarm button the entire time.
You set it so it's sound activated, so it goes off with that little ding elevator snake.
Put a super thermite charger right there, point it at the door.
The whole shaft's mine. Never mind at the door.
I am going to.
Alright, just get this cluster started.
Okay,
Yeah,
where do these structures extend outwards to?
Into the ice,
Into the ice?
around the circle. Like, I think the roof of here is ice.
Yes.
So avoid spraying too much fire at it.
Just go towards like here, like what? But like row 1, row 2, row 3, just like stopping like here.
So wait, you said this is a raised platform?
Yes.
So I'll probably use that as like a sniping post or something?
She certainly probably
It's not
is-
too-
I'll be hanging upside down from the roof.
About how high is it?
Yeah.
The actual platform itself is only like 3 or 4 meters up.
Okay.
What is below this?
Floor. And then habitat.
Yeah, that habitat?
Floor is below. I don't know. They probably have a fair amount of space between the floor here and the one below.
Yeah,
for
maybe a bit
security.
of ocean there.
Ocean or just plating on the basis that you don't want people drilling into this?
Plating.
Okay. Yeah, because you don't want your main structural vulnerability to be like a foot away from ocean, flooding it completely and making it impossible to access. I put my self-destruct right next to the kids' playroom,
Oh, yeah.
and it made the button shiny red.
And it's the same color as all the little balls in the playpen.
Exactly. The actual self-destruct button for this habitat is in a place on the map marked auxiliary sewage overflow.
And you know that play map all the kids have that's a little map that's a maze? That's actually my secret maze under my dungeon.
If I'm ever attacked by a group of kids from the local Denny's, I'm screwed.
Alright, we got 45 minutes. Let's get this bottle started.
The flexbots start their work, taking the extra materials and starting to fortify the structure. Everything goes fine for about an hour. In fact, it's quiet. You're not hearing anything from Team A. I mean, it's A team, but
Just embrace it.
you don't hear anything from A team. But roll perception with the stupid bonuses you get.
I succeed.
Not sure if succeed.
Yeah, succeed. Critically succeed, in fact.
Okay.
44.
I only have perception 20, and I still succeed.
with 84.
Okay.
I succeed, I think.
All those who succeeded, in every one of your own structures, there is a similar vent up to the top left. And behind that grating, you see a small creeper.
Wait.
Creepy.
We didn't
Wait,
see
there's
this
a vent?
before?
Looks like it just got there.
No, the vent. Did we see that before?
The vent's always been there.
Filling it with bombs.
Yeah, it would have been
If there's
great.
an opening in the wall, I might.
Yes.
That's a massive security hole.
In fact, Crow's small enough to actually get in the vent. Just same thing to the elevator shaft.
There is suddenly a little gout of flame as that mine went off. And this small little robot flies out and hits the ground and twitches.
That's just jumped out.
There's like 4 rifles.
Low regular match? I mean, it's not a Titan, you know.
Oh, I thought we were fighting Titans. I thought that was what
No,
we
we're fighting terrorists.
Yeah.
Oh,
We might
okay.
end up fighting Titans. That's a spiral bomb. It's a good thing to blow up still. I will shoot that.
You have to say you're still gonna shoot it.
I successfully shoot it.
Okay, it stops twitching.
I pull it out.
See, 42 on the first, 14 on the second versus the
It's a
creepy.
creeper bot. It's like a squirrel. You're not going to need to shoot it more than once. Don't waste ammo.
You hit it and it flies back into the vent. And you just see this gout of like sparks and smoke.
You hit it, slides back into it. Your next bullet, you actually bounce off the wall. You hit it from behind and knock it back out.
I'm gonna send one of my gnats through the air vent to do my own little spine.
Okay.
Crow, do you mind being advanced scout?
Flop, flop, flop. Flop, that was their sound effect of flying.
Flop, 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 flop.
I'm sorry. Just gonna fly up and poke around in the
Okay, you crawl.
heavily mined shaft.
Keep an eye out for all the little mines.
She set them. She should have a Half these no idea what she's doing. By the way, Chris started off as a guy, somewhere along the line became female.
Somewhere in all that ego casting. Who keeps track anymore? I wrote my gender identity as none. Because I don't believe in being human
It's
anymore.
where it's the skin. You can put a gun there instead.
No, it's not genderless, it's mental gender identity. None. I don't believe in the concept anymore.
Yes, the more she's in that, I might.
I'm gonna pull the little creeper bot out of the vent and try and examine it.
Okay. You can't tell much from it. Standard issue kind of creeper bot you can buy.
Wi-Fi signal scanning. Is there like a signal that was supposed to be sending or receiving that I can figure out? Screw around with it.
You can try to backtrace the signal to actually the base of one of these elevator shafts.
Makes sense. Yeah, we got guys spying on us. They're at the bottom of the shaft.
Oh, really? Bottom of the shaft, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I go to the elevator shaft. I point all 6 shredders down. And fire.
No. Don't be
Other shaft.
Yeah, it's her shaft.
Yeah, so poking her head around in through the vent, she sees. What? Sorry, I thought you were talking to
I
her.
thought we all had a creeper.
Yeah, but
I'm confused.
oh, you were backtracing and
Yeah, I was back
Yeah.
listening to him. So she's scouting through a vent.
I'm actually poking my head into the heavily
Yeah.
mined vent.
at the not the bottom of the elevator shaft, but where it would get off at one of the other maintenance floors. You do see a man in just a standard uniform, toolkit, hat,
Shoot him.
Shoot him.
I was gonna say.
pressing the button.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, as you point at him, he actually looks in your direction.
Double shoot him.
Neutron pulse.
What did you do,
Yeah.
Pulse?
Neutron pulse, it takes a full action turn, but it basically disintegrates you and farcasts you very quickly. You do have a chance to shoot him before that happens, but yeah.
Give it a shot.
Actually, instead of shooting him, I'm gonna jump back, set off the most conveniently located row of thermo explosives level.
Next to that door.
In front of every door, she's actually set up a charge on the wall opposite it, so if it opens up, there's just one.
Via attack that I do suggest you shoot him so we can take his stack.
I think her first reaction to anything is really blow it up.
Okay, go for it.
Oh shit!
Roll your horrible damage.
Do I have to roll an explosives charge to make sure that it was properly set?
Yeah, it's demolitions test. You would get a take your time bonus on this.
Okay, so that's plus.
Because presumably you did when you set them up.
So I'll do plus 30 for those.
Yeah.
Crit fail, crit fail, crit fail.
93, which I'm going to moxie to a 39. So I don't fail something right off the bat. So that was successful. Now I roll my incredible damage.
Oh yeah.
When I check down
Which would be
It may not even
60
be necessary.
60, 10 plus 15.
Something like that, yeah. Per charge.
There would only be one charge point at the door. So 15, 30, 48. Did I do my math right?
4 plus 7 is
No,
11.
sorry. I'm aware of this sitting right beside me and I'm like, I'm being judged. Right, oh yeah, so there's the...
It's 40.
30, yeah,
It's
40.
an even 40.
Yeah.
Plus whatever the 15 is. So 55 damage.
Yes.
Okay,
Ooh.
person takes 6 wounds. There's now blood and guts all throughout this maintenance hallway.
If he had medicines and you actually survived that, he would have been put in stasis mode.
There's not much of him left at this moment. I'll accept his toolkit.
Feel like...
Even the cortical stomach is broken.
I'm not quite sure where it is in the door if it actually
The
survived.
toolkit survived.
It's badly scorched, but still there.
I'm debating.
Shoot it.
I was gonna say, I was like debating investigating or just shooting it.
Shoot it, burn it, and shoot it.
Just flop down so you can get a kind of a fly down so you can get kind of an angle on it and just
Okay, you fly down into the hallway,
shoot a couple of
looking at all
rounds
this
into
gore,
it.
this stark white with light blue lines of the hallway with lights, and it's all pink.
I comment via the tack light how beautiful it is.
With 2 guns, and that's one gun, these 2 are the other guns, she's going to try and shoot the box.
Via TACnet, you get an entoptic display in your vision that just shows all of our names, and yours has a little number next to it. This goes to 1. Everyone else's is at 0.
Of course you're keeping.
Staying alpha. I'm very upset that she's currently beating me.
Okay, I rolled 67 on both of them.
So you shoot the toolbox that probably has a Titan canister in it quite effectively.
Which is a success for both of them.
So you plug the toolkit full of holes.
Okay, what kind of ammunition were you firing with?
Biter, that's all I've got. All I've got is biter.
Oh man. It hits this poor little toolkit. Just holes in it, ripping metal, peeling away, and tools. It's like a wrench or a hammer, and it flies out. And it's gone. And then it just lies there at the end of the hallway after being knocked back from the force of the blast. And you hear kind of a hissing sound.
Burn it.
A buzzing noise.
Burn it.
Your nanotechers go off.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the door and fly back up.
Roll perception
Throw a
before you
grenade
fly
in
back
there.
up.
Sorry, roll perception for what?
Before you fly actually back up, roll perception.
Also throw a grenade in there before you fly out. EMP grenade.
I don't actually have grenades.
If you came on this mission, I would have forced you to take EMP grenades.
I don't have any grenade skill.
Just drop one and then remotely trigger it.
Okay. Sorry, where's my perception? There it is. Okay. So 6, yes, I succeed.
Okay. As you're horribly brutalizing this poor toolkit, a security guard comes around the corner and he freezes from what?
Goes around the corner and goes,
Shoot a couple rounds in him before I fly.
get to
Boss,
Shoots a couple rounds.
EMP now.
EMP?
Yes.
Okay, throws
Scramble
EMP.
is radio.
boss, we have a redecoration here.
So it's our...
Just say
I already
it.
said EMP. I already said EMP.
Just say you do it. Do
Yeah, I
it.
said it.
Scramble is radio. Stop it from working.
Yeah, so she'll throw an EMP grenade and then shot at him with the 2 guns that she's
Okay,
already
glad
got.
to see you throw.
Okay.
They have a range of 200 meters when they go off. You don't need to throw them. You just set them
Yeah.
off.
What's stopping it from hitting you as well?
Absolutely nothing.
No, my EMP would have gone. It's only a few seconds, right? Or a few.
It hangs around for like a minute, but it massively screws with radio and TACnet communications.
Right, so I'd be off TACnet
Yes,
for a minute.
you'll go off TACnet for a while.
Okay.
11, so that's a success. And for the
It's a
EMP.
critical success.
Oh, it is a good success.
Oh, and
For
if
the
there's,
EMP
there's a
grenade.
nanoswarm in there, it takes 2d10 plus 5 damage from an EMP grenade.
Yeah.
Unless it's an exurgent nanoswarm, in which it only takes 2.
And if I still have the opportunity to, I will put a couple of rounds
Okay.
into the guard. And I'm going to try not to hit the cortical stack, just so if it is a civilian, we can re-sleeve him later.
I thought you hated humans.
Point, never mind.
There you go.
87, so that's a success.
The flash goes off. Your HUD goes down.
And a
You can tell
79,
it
which is
goes
also
down.
a success.
And you're firing with what?
Fire ammo.
That's
Oh, I
the only
have?
one he has.
So 3d10 plus 10 each plus.
Oh, roll to see if you
Yeah,
hit.
he rolls for it too.
Oh, right, yeah.
Wasn't your hit like an 11?
No, that was the EMP grenade. The other
You don't have
two,
to roll for that.
the other two were a 69 and a 71. I moved them already.
Both successful rolls?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
So
we didn't ask you the questions about these characters.
You let us
succeeded a flavor
overstat these
35,
ridiculously.
So you hit him.
Yeah. Okay. 3d10 plus 10 for each 12 armor piercing. So 11 plus 10, 21, 12 armor piercing for the one shot. So 34, 34 12 armor piercing for the other one.
Yeah, basically, if we're shooting something and it's not like in a battle suit, it's screwed.
His last words are, what the And you continue
Boss,
to
we got
redecorate. You have
Has
just
her-
redecorated the whole again.
As her TACnet goes offline, I just go, very good. And now I'm going to start exploring around.
Just go back in, and presumably there will be a manual close for the door on the inside of the elevator shaft. There are usually.
To where the elevator that I have currently is, I'm going to attach a plasma burst grenade to one of the walls inside it, but otherwise leave it so that if they get it working again and I start seeing the numbers go, I'm blowing it.
Okay.
I don't care.
Before I come back up, I'm actually gonna take some time to set up another explosive in front of that door.
Good idea. I'm going to remove the flooring of the elevator and replace it with a holographic projector.
They're getting out of anything other than the bottom floor and just going, First guy plummets down an elevator shaft.
First guys.
I'm doing it with thermite. I'm cutting a hole in the floor too. Thing.
I just got out of jail, so I can easily do that. Just with...
I bet our proxy wasn't aware he was hiring the kids from Home Alone. I'm gonna attach a paint can to a rope by the door, so when he opens it, it goes swings into his face. This has no effect other than making him annoyed. Just mock him.
Now make my
It's
machines.
just a coffee can with a sign on it that says this could have been a plasma ball.
And you can actually put actual micro machines on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
So, does my gnat see anything there then?
Yeah. However, near your shaft, you do see, after 10 minutes, a contingent of security guards, 5 of them, standard armed, pistols, protection vests, standard fare, and they're investigating.
I
Well,
wait until they're all
Well, we know they didn't get a
Close.
distress call, so.
I wait until they're all close enough together. All 6 shutters.
So where exactly? Are you going down the elevator shaft, or?
Like, I don't know how many pictures. So where are they?
They're at the base of the elevator shaft.
Base
they
of
have
the
not.
elevator shaft.
Yeah.
They're like in a different room,
Mhm.
way somewhere down.
Okay.
You can just see them through your little spy room.
Mm.
They're like trying to get ready to go off the elevator, I guess.
One of them presses the button of the elevator.
Little sign just says out of order.
It opens. It's, it wouldn't be fun if it doesn't open and let them fall through. But since this is in the bottom floor, there's going to be a plummet.
No, he makes a perception check. When dude looks at it, goes, pokes out
Pokes.
his rifle. What the fuck? Boss! There's no floor in this elevator.
To be fair, there is a sign on it that says out of order. Doesn't specify how it's out of order.
This is weird. Can you call up maintenance upstairs?
I'm going to drop an EMP grenade.
Sort of like out of the vents?
From the net.
Or just down the shaft?
Down the shaft.
Time it so it goes off at the right time.
It's like, people upstairs, they're not answering. What's going on? Ow, what the
I'm going to position my 4 bottom legs so I can walk down the shaft and go like this with a big smile.
So you fall through the fake floor.
No, I've got 4 legs, so I'm positioning it so that I don't fall.
Oh.
Do you have grip pads for your climbing skill?
Sure.
So a strange tarantula creature crawls down upside down.
Yes.
You initially smile when you're awake, then you frown so it looks like a smile inside out.
No, I just turn the image upside down.
Your head just turns around 180. They have to make little checks. Don't get shot.
No, I'm rolling intimidation.
Do it.
32, success.
23. Yeah, you fail. What the You get the first shot.
Yeah.
While he's doing this, I'm just going to notice a certain pattern. Look down the floor of my elevator shaft, down to where they went down with the X-ray emitter on the walls, see what I can pick up.
That's the first shot of the semi-auto.
That's way too many dice.
No, it's not. That's not even all the dice.
Okay.
You allowed this
Let's
to
see.
happen.
That's
I made this
Those
happen.
three.
a hit. This one's a critical. Hit, and hit.
So 6 hits to the 5 security guards?
Yes.
So there's one of them taking at least a shredder pulse each.
You know what, just roll damage
Yeah.
all together and count this as a group.
Yeah, each one is 2d10.
Yup.
Plus 5. Hold on, I got a calculator.
For the folks at home, he has just rolled
Plus
14
3,
dice.
Plus 6.
12.
Just 12.
4.
Only 12.
That's about 52 plus the 30 for the 5 is about 82 damage.
With 10 armor piercing.
Yes.
God.
That's just the first
Oh,
shot.
we have to start coming across the terraces.
In a
That's just his
simultaneous
first turn.
bang! The ceilings, the walls, and the floors are now riddled with little pinprick holes. And what is not scorched or glittering from the little micro-diamond shards in the shells, in the huge amount of shells that went off, everything's red.
Has the floor actually just been converted into a field of red glittering crystals?
Yes.
Occasional scraps of clothing.
You can't even You can't differentiate organs.
You can't differentiate the shards from the cortical stacks, which are also made of synth diamonds. They just look like beige. The hall is filled with bloody diamonds.
As Crow gets back on the tack net, as the EMP wears off, all she sees is that his trackers moved up
see
to
the
5.
trackers
She's
move
like,
up to
dang, speeding me by 3.
Meanwhile, I'm looking through the floor with my X-ray pulse to see, do I have a team?
No. But along the hallway, you do see a screenshot. It sounds like a television screen. Normally there'd be news bulletins and stuff. And suddenly it changes and it's red. And it's warning to all citizens. And then it replays the 2 events that just happened.
Oh, we forgot to take out the spine. Oops.
They're being evacuated anyway. It's probably an automatic system.
I'm going to say this is perception.
Sure.
13, success.
That's a success.
91. Heavy notices nothing.
It's because you're back in the room. It's like whatever.
The angle's wrong on these. These aren't security spines.
They're spy bots.
Yes.
The specs.
Probably
Could
spy
be.
bots.
They would be affected by UMP.
No.
The specs are not?
Nearly nothing is.
No.
Just nanoswarms are
The,
affected by it.
the little fly bot.
They're not affected by it.
I thought they were.
No, just nanobots. They're the only thing small enough that they can't work out shielding for them. Unless they're Titan nanobots, in which case they actually do have some shielding. Because all Titans have a cog of 40 or better.
Can I see book? Thank you.
Yeah, plus the specs are just audio ones.
I'm talking about those little fly
Yeah,
bots.
Hey, using electrical sense,
Yes.
can I see if there's any tiny spy bots? Electrical spy bots?
Should
nearby?
probably be able to find them at the location.
Yeah. So-
if they can find bugs.
Immediately, you get several
How many
blips on
several?
the radar down in the bloody hallway.
How many several?
About 5 in each hallway.
I
Well,
have any near me?
No, about a few meters away.
well, I can shoot 4 on one turn.
Or just a few meters? I guess I'll go blow them up. Are they together?
Well, they're close enough that if you have any Canberra effects, I'll
Yeah.
have it in.
Is your attack net back on?
Probably not yet.
Okay.
Actually, you know what would be... Actually, so I wouldn't even know that the spy bots are there if I don't have my tack net back yet.
Critical success with a grenade. Armor defeating
And
plasma
besides, I'm
grenade.
not in the room because I said I was just going to set the explosive outside the door and then go back up. So I'm not in the room anymore.
Well, your attack net's down. Come on. Something happens.
27 damage with specs.
Dex? Oh, there we
Armor
are.
defeating.
Make it quick, we only got 20 minutes left.
That's the point.
Heavy is debating about whether or not I should just shoot at ice with rockets.
Probably not. This is the part where she gets the exertion connection.
She is infected now,
I don't know. We don't know yet.
so Heavy must shoot her now.
Spec.
Possibly. Depends.
Doesn't say anything about UMP.
Exactly. If you look up the EMP stats, it says it doesn't really do anything except scramble radio communications, and then under nanobots it says that it does damage to them. So, sure is a lot of dead air. Hello, Exsurgent. If that was hurting the infected virus, do remember there was a test to resist it. Yeah.
I brought dice for a reason.
Yep.
You also heard a mild rumble in the distance.
Oh, there goes the C team. Or the A team, whatever it was.
Also, that news feed is now updated. It is now showing live footage of a high security SWAT team. They have much better ammunition
Good for them.
and armor. They are making their way up towards both shafts.
I'm going to
Boulevards?
spray the entire hallway with slip.
Okay.
They're making their way to the elevator shaft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
Sure, I'll throw a slip grenade into the shaft so
Okay.
I can climb up, just in case.
So you're throwing a slip grenade
They're
into
probably
the
gonna try and
shaft
find a way
I'm
to ride
in.
the elevator, but whatever.
Yes.
That's because I was like trying to fly my way back up. I just got sprayed in the
Sorry.
face.
We have gotten a couple of noise complaints in the last few times we've played, so.
Sorry. Sprayed in the face. I'm coming up the elevator shaft.
The teams come up from some elevator somewhere. The teams are making their way in,
Okay.
and they
I
get
will
involved.
put some plasma grenades in this elevator, just in case they do manage to override it.
Okay. They come in, and immediately they start slipping. And sliding towards where the door is.
It is an empty hole.
Go.
Well, presumably.
Presumably you mean him and me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well I'm waiting. I'm still at the top of mine. If he's gone down the shaft, I'm waiting at the top of mine.
So there's
For them
something
to be vulnerable and climbing.
It's the exact same thing.
They're gonna expect that, man. Although they are currently falling on the butts.
Yes, they're falling on their butts. No, wait, hold on. Intimidate. 27 success.
27?
Intimidate.
Just to get them good and spooked.
No, they
They're
make it.
probably fine, yes.
Oh well.
They saw that before.
They're birds.
You can pretty much
They're not
assume all
gonna
of these
admit
are
it,
hits.
they're probably winning that.
Unless it's a 99, it's a hit.
Yep, bunch of hits. They're probably a squad though, so they're probably standing apart because they saw what happened in the last squad. So it's only going to be one hit per guy.
But
I love
it is a hallway and it is a spray weapon.
Yeah.
I love how before we fight the terrorists, we have to fight the security.
So am I adding this to the group again?
Well, it's part of the terrorist
Am I
plan
doing
is to get us to
second
just
again,
kill the security team off,
Oh, yeah, again.
so that they don't have to deal with them.
88.
I killed one of them.
10 armor piercing.
Okay.
Oh, dude, he's got a riot shield and he's... There's fragments of the riot shield still left.
Alright, now for the second shot. You know, semiotic.
So
I don't see any nines.
no
There's all-
failures.
No failures. This is the best.
Yes, it is. This is why I didn't pick that character.
98 damage.
And armor piercing.
Yeah. You brutalize another one. So where exactly are the two of you standing right now?
He's standing at the entrance of the floor they were at, looking through it. I'm standing at the top of my elevator shaft, looking down through the hole in my elevator car floor.
Okay.
Just looking down through the shaft.
Pro tip, the elevator goes up too.
No, it doesn't. Runs-
Does it?
Right above us is the surface of the ice. Above us is just ice. No one goes up there. Like if you do, you're interacting with like minus 200 degrees.
Okay.
It's possible to travel in there, but yeah.
Suddenly you get a message from one of the fly spots. And it goes, oh shit, what's this? Suddenly the whole room is white. You can't see anything. There's only static in your feeds. TACnet goes down. There's a wash of heat. Roll Fray. Negative 30. In fact, everyone except you.
Yes, I was like, me again?
Okay.
I succeed.
Okay. Roll 10d10s.
Okay.
10 d10s?
I succeed. Me too?
5d10 for you.
Okay.
I succeed. My try was a good.
5d10.
You can use,
Okay.
yeah.
If you succeed, it's half.
Okay. 27.
So that's what? Presume that's damage?
Mine's at 60.
Okay,
So
so
I take that damage.
How many wounds did you all take?
I took 2.
Let's see. Is it energy or kinetic armor?
I'm counting it as energy.
Oh, armor. Right. So it does nothing.
I take 10 damage.
How many wounds?
1 wound.
So my energy armor goes down by 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I take 2 wounds, which I ignore.
Okay.
I will be ignoring that wound.
As soon as the flash was gone, you hear this of a creaking and grinding of metal, snapping and twisting, and then a rush of water.
Glad we took those
I
gills.
figured they'd do that, yeah.
Yeah. The structures are blown. Will times 1.
Okay. Wait for
So when you
what?
roll will times one, you're trying to get under your will score?
Wait for what?
Because
Fear of imminent death is not times 1. It's only times 2 at best. Times 1 is fear of permanent, irreparable
okay.
death.
will times 2 then.
Nice.
So you have that
Moxie
fearless.
success.
Success.
Heavy is scared out of his mind.
The place is flooded. It's falling apart. Even though you're surrounded by water, you're still hearing the sounds of twisting and metal and just a rush of water and current. You can't even swim. There's that much movement and water going on. You're getting warning messages in your heads-up display, but all you know is you're sinking and you're sinking and you feel the pressure, but you survive
How?
somehow.
It's minus
By
200
luck.
degree water. It kills you in like a minute at the most.
Well, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like unless no,
No, I am a robot built for underwater.
doesn't matter. Minus 200 degrees temperature. Unless you have temperature tolerance cryonic, you die. Like you need to have the augment that lets you survive being cryogenically frozen.
The
And if
pressure,
you have that augment,
temperature.
if you're in a normal temperature, you die. So, yeah.
the cold sinks in, and your
Presumably
muse,
the habitat heats water though, so yeah.
and the muse gives you one last message that it is saving what it can to the stack, and then it goes dark. And we'll end our session there.
Crow is gonna get stuck under some debris somewhere and unrescuable since
Is there
Crow
another
isn't coming
session of the
back.
one shot after this, or is that just it?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey guys, you bored?
that was fun.
It was fun. I got to do
I-
a lot of that.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
kind of in the same boat,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I think I'm gonna rebuild Crow to be a little bit less broken and
I was
try and
trying
find
to be more
opportunities where
cinematic
it
with this little event.
Mm.
Don't worry. Now you'll be investigating why this all happened.
I'm not sure what did 10 damage, but I'm assuming it's the crashing water. Because it's the only thing I can think of that does that kind of damage.
I was just thinking of cumulative of all that crap going on.
I'm a submarine bot, though I couldn't try swimming upwards or something.
Again, I stress cryonic. Like, it's literally like being submerged in liquid nitrogen. Like,
So you want your character sheet back?
there's an augment you can get called temperature tolerance cryonic, but it lets you survive that cold. But if you're at a temperature higher than I think minus 90, you also die. So yeah, it's like Europa is very much a case of like the habitat has stuff inside it to keep it warm, even if water starts leaking in. But because this was right under the crust, like this is not where normal people go, right? So yeah, if that blows, you're just kind of screwed. It means to get up there, they would have to be probably have made specialized bodies and the like that are cryonically capable to wander around there and then mine it, which is exactly what I kind of expected they would do.
So, were any of the people I killed innocent?
Probably all of them.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much all. But they were still people, so I don't care.
Crow's final thought would have been, dang it, I forgot to mine the ceiling.
Well, my job was to
And
protect
then
it.
tomorrow we'll return to our regularly scheduled program.
I hope to pop in again on future
I'm assuming
Mondays
if we
I'm
had
here,
had
which won't be
less
many.
time constraints, we would have had a few more waves of things attacking us
Oh, yes.
first.
I'm sure Stan River will be pleased to meet you.